Voila! That's all I have to do to look at the stars with my Astronomy Without Borders telescope. I built this box that stores it, and also makes a really nice, sturdy, even on the gravel here, it does really well. Storage box to store and to display the telescope. The only other thing is I have a little table for my eyepieces and all that. I usually have a folding chair, but I was too lazy to bring it out to make the video because everybody knows what a folding chair looks like. But that's about it. The box is actually just a hexagonal box that I built. It's plywood pieces and a hinged top. So maybe we can take a closer look at it. And I also have some pictures about the construction, so I'll show you some of the construction. But this isn't a how-to video, it's just an idea video. If you're good at woodworking, and it might give you an idea on what to do. And I'm not a carpenter or good at woodworking, so but I made my way through it. Here's a close-up of the box. It actually has a lid with a little rim, and that keeps the telescope from sliding off. It's hinged on the back with a little stop so you don't break the lid off by going too far over. And that's about it. Reinforced on the bottom. There are some small rubber feet on the bottom, 6 of them. That I might modify. That I might actually put some longer legs on because it's super sturdy on the gravel and kind of rougher surfaces. But when you get on grass, you need something to kind of penetrate the grass. Sometimes it sort of floats a little bit on the grass. So I was thinking of putting on maybe 4 or 5 inch legs on there. But the only thing I do is I keep a piece of foam on the top, which keeps it from jiggling around and gives it a little bit of protection. But that's what the telescope looks like inside of the box. I'll go a little closer. And what I did is that the bottom cardboard and foam, kind of hard foam at the bottom, is actually what came in the shipping container. So I actually cut it to the size of the hexagon. And I'll go ahead and take the scope out. And as you can see, I made a number of panels up and joined them with some wood strips that were cut to the proper angle, and then I pieced them all together. But you can see at the bottom, that's the packing material that came with the unit, and I just cut the ends off to make it fit. But that can pull out if you want. And so there's really not much to it. It's just a hexagonal box. What's nice about this setup is not only is this sturdy, but unlike a table that could be either larger or just have 90-degree square corners sticking out, this you have really good access around the whole scope. So you can look at any part of the night sky without having to worry about bumping into the table and actually jiggling the telescope while you're trying to look at it. So you got really good access to, here, to the eyepiece and everything. So it's really nice. And everything is just as easy and fast to pack up. Slide that back down. Could have made it a little taller, but I do slide the scope down, grab a hold, set it back in the box. Like I said, I just have a little bit of foam that I place on top. Close that up. Close up my box of goodies. Fold up my chair. Fold up my table. And toss it in the car. Voila! Here's a video footnote or addendum. When I bought the telescope, it was during the time of COVID, and I really wanted the 6-inch model, but it wasn't available. And it wasn't going to be available for a year, which means it may never be available. So I went ahead and bought the 5-inch. Well, I just ran into somebody who was interested in the 5-inch, and I sold it to them, and I got the 6-inch. And fortunately, the 6-inch just barely fits in the case. I had to make a few changes. I took some of the padding from off of the bottom at the bottom of the feet. I actually trimmed a little bit of the shroud of the finder scope too. So if you're making the case for the 6-inch model, the SkyWatcher Heritage 150, you probably want to make these panels a little bit longer. But it does fit. And one other thing I did is I put this foam from the packing on the bottom of the optical tube, and so that gives it a little better protection. Plus I can lower it right down on there without damaging the tube, so I got it down a little bit lower. So to use the scope, you just lift the tube up to the point where it's balanced and take the foam off. So let's see here. So that's the 6-inch for those who are interested in the 6-inch model. So that's it. I didn't time it, but it only takes a couple minutes for me to get ready to look at the stars with the setup, and it's a nice setup for a tabletop telescope. So hopefully you got an idea of one way that you can use the telescope. There's a lot of other ideas out there for storing and using tables for them, but this is what I came up with, and it works out pretty good. So anyways, thanks for watching the video, and happy stargazing to you.